Hello again, John with you. That weird Irish modeller. Yes, the weird Irish guy. And we're starting now. Build update number 2, and we're on to the turret. Okay, we're starting on the turret. I've done step 11. Just finished it. I suppose I should have done this little clip before I did it, but we've got step 11 done anyway. Okay, so that's sort of the main. The body of the turret. The body of the turret is done. But before I get into it, there's two little things I want to say. One is I want to thank Alex Hendry. Alex sent me on some thread. It's a kind of a, if you can get a look at it there, it's a nice thread. Very, very handy for tow cables, because it won't go hairy on you, and it looks quite nice. So we're going to give that a lash on this one. And another thing, like, you know me, very, very rarely I do shout-outs. It's not that I don't want to do shout-outs, it's just that I don't. And a shout-out I do want to give. I want to give a shout-out to the Devon Autistic Modelers Society, or the Devon AMS, DAMS, okay? They're on Facebook. I've just been looking at it there. They're Devon-based in the UK. There's a model group of people of all ages and levels who are on the autistic spectrum. That's autism, Asperger's, PDA, PODNOS, or PDD-NOS. So just a little shout out to them. Get over there, like their Facebook page. That's the Devon Autistic Modelers Society. Okay, get over there and like their page. I think it's brilliant. I really, really do. I think everybody should get into modelling. I know that I'm doing a course on healthcare support, and part of that course we deal with people with special needs, things like that. And, you know, I do know the one thing we covered on the course was that people with autism, they started introducing animals as therapy for them, and it really, really helps. And anything that helps, I suppose. So, you know, modelling, yeah, quite good. Good idea. So get over there, check them out. That's the Devon Autistic Modelers Society, okay, on Facebook. Okay, I will put a link into their Facebook page at the end of this clip, if I remember it. I will. I'll remember it. I'll make a note here. So anyway, let's get on with what we're doing, and we'll have a look at the turret in its the main body of the turret is done. All the little add-on bits have to come. Right, so here we are at the instructions, step 11. As you see, I have them all marked off because I'm after getting them all done. And like I said, I should have, I suppose, done it without them marked off and shown you, and then started and then shown you. But you know me, I kind of got stuck in and did it. It was quite easy. The only thing to note really is on the gun itself. The gun barrel is supposed to be, in reality, it'd be kind of floating free amongst the little kind of guard around it, around here. Okay, and it's moulded quite tight. It really is moulded quite tight. So what I did was I got my the back end of the hobby knife, and I scribed into it like that. I'm sorry the light isn't that good. Right, but I scribed into it like that and just made it a little bit more pronounced. Now the barrel, you know, it's a little bit more pronounced, it looks a little bit better. Okay, it looks a little bit better like that. Okay, as you can see. Just needs a little bit more of a cleaning out, but there it goes. Now it looks as if it's sort of free floating inside there. Another thing was on all of the vision ports, you know, the vision blocks, the bloody ejector pin mark right in the middle of the bloody things. Okay, so they all had to be kind of scraped out. I didn't really have a way of getting in there too neat, so what I did was I kind of removed it first with a scalpel, then used a file and kind of got it down neat-ish. I will only say ish because I didn't do that great a job of it, but I'm happy enough with what I've done. Okay, so the insides of them there. Right in the middle was a big ejector pin mark, and it was sticking out a bit, and it was a nice big circular one, so that's to be removed. Also a small little bit of filling needed here, just along the edge there, just a tiny little bit of filling. So everything went together, but there was little gaps just here, so they were filled. I used sprue glue, a bit of sprue glue, filled into the gap and then cleaned it all off. So now that looks, I'm happy with that. That looks all well enough. So that's the base bit of the the main body of the turret. Like I said, there was only those three little. They're minor. They are very minor. If you didn't have to do things like this, then modelling wouldn't be fun. It would be just sort of assembling bits and pieces. It's nice to be able to, or that you have to do a few little bit of cosmetic things to make it look that little bit better. Okay. Excuse me. Right, so now we're on to step 12. Step 12, we're making the smoke launchers. Okay, the left one and the right one. Step 13, then we're into a few more bits and pieces. We're attaching our smoke launchers. Okay, the left one. We've got here the aerial mount. Probably have to drill that out because I'll be using my bits of wire for the aerial. There's another one of those little lifting hooks. We've got a box there to go inside. We've got more of our little camo net holders, another lifting eye. We've got the commanders and the other chap's hatch. I don't know, will he be a loader? I don't know, but we've got two people. It's a two-person turret anyway. So we've got the two. Brain is gone dead again. We've got the two lids. We've got the two lids for their hatches. Oh, crikey mac. Brain goes dead sometimes, doesn't it? I blame in the old age, right? And we have another lifting eye there on that, okay, and two other little doohickeys to go on top of the turret. No, I don't have figures for it. I'm not putting figures into it. And because there's no interior, I'll be gluing them down basically, so I don't have to worry about movement of those. And step 14 then is practically a reverse of what we did here. Okay, we've got the smoke launchers, another aerial mount, lifting eye, a box or little camo net holders, another lifting eye. We've also got this little thing here, B7, I don't know what it is yet, I'll have to have a look at it. And we've got our two wire cutters, okay, that's what they are. They're for when the lads are sending up in their hatches, that any trip wires or wires sort of strewn across the road to snag them up and chop their heads off. They developed these yokes here, these big bars here. Developed that, believe it or not, during World War II. They copped that, and from then on they started adding these little bits of angle iron, which is just a little kind of a thing that will basically, it'll break any bit of wire that's strewn across the road, so the commander and the other chap are safe. So I'm going to get all three of those steps done because there isn't really that much there on this page. Okay, so we've got the smoke launchers, fitting the smoke launchers, and a few other bits and pieces in the hatches. Get that done. We'll go back, we'll have a look at that. Okay. Alright then, so I'm after getting steps 12, 13 and 14 done. 12 we made up the smoke launchers. 13 we added the hatch covers for the driver and, like I said, we call him the loader. Lifting point here in the front, the aerial mount, attaching the smoke connectors, more lifting points, storage box at the side and the first of the struts for the basket in the back. Another set of those little camo net holders, and basically the same then on the other side, with one of these wire cutters. Okay, a bit of angle iron bent over to cut any trip wires and things like that. It gives you a choice of two and where you want to put them. If you use the one with the two little holders, it goes on here at the front, down at the base there on the mantlet there for the gun. And if you use the one with the one, okay, K33, that goes in then to the lifting hook on the front. I've decided to go for the one on the side. It's a bit more kind of realistic, and there we go. Okay, that's all those sections done. There's our smoke launchers there on, the aerial mounts, the wire cutting thingamajig, lifting hooks or eyes here, here, here and here, and here, 5 of them. Okay, we had our drivers and loaders hatch covers. We've got the handles on them, another little bit there to put in, 2 boxes with handles on them, and our first part for our basket, okay, with the little 3 fingers there for holding the camo nets. So that's gone on. Everything looks nice and solid. No problems whatsoever with any of them, any part of that, right? I've also drilled out the 2 aerial mounts there for adding my my bits of wire. I use guitar string wire for them, for the aerials, which I will add at a later stage. Okay, and if anybody wants to know how to do the aerials, I've done a video on that. Go back and look at the video and you'll find out how I make aerials for aerials and antenna for armour models by using guitar string. So now we're on to step 15 and step 16. Like I said, we're doing a page at a time and then we'll have a look at it. Okay, so we've got 2 pieces of mesh to get cut out. Okay, there's the little templates there for the mesh. A handy little tip, right? I haven't actually used it myself because I don't have any to hand, but I'm going to give it a try on this one. Okay, where I didn't really need it too much on the first piece because it was straight, but because this piece here and this piece here have bits of curves in them, if you make the template out of a piece of paper, okay, so trace that shape. So I must get down to I was off there and I was talking about something like that. Right, here we've got the curve there and the inside curve there. Okay, if you could make those little templates out of paper, it's easier then to, you know, lay the paper on your mesh and cut your mesh around to size. Much easier than you know, laying the mesh on it and trying to cut around it that way. You know, using these, at least with if they're cut out, it'll be easier to move around. So just a handy little tip. Okay, we've also got these I don't know whether they're vision blocks or computerized sighting objects or whatever it is. They're on the driver and the loader there on the front. Okay, so whether they're for vision or for aiming or whatever, I do not know, but we have to make them anyway. Okay, it looks pretty complex. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 little parts there in each one. We have to make 2 of them, a left one and a right one. Okay, so they've got to be made up, and we got to put our basket together. Looks simple enough, depends on how we get our mesh cut out. Okay, quality of the mesh I do not know, and like I said, as I found with making the mesh for the side piece, there is sort of gluing difficulties with that mesh. Yeah, it has a kind of a slight problem in adhering to the plastic, so a mixture of, you know, using super glue and a little bit of the Tamiya extra thin might help, although I might try it with a bit of the level contact to see how that works on it. We'll see how they stick with the other two methods first, and then if not, we'll have to go with the other one, the level contactor. Right, then we got to make up tore ups. Okay, we got to make 2 of them. They go on here onto the front. Then we fit our 2 vision block things, and we got to put on our basket. That's what step 16 is, and then then putting the turret onto the vehicle itself. So like step 15 is making up our little parts that we're going to attach on step 16. So I'm going to go on ahead and get them all done up, and we'll have a look at it, and we'll discuss how easy or how hard we had problems with how easy or how hard it went, and if we have any problems with the mesh. So I'll catch you up in a sec. What's there, rather than going on the measurements they give me. Now the measurements they give me might be perfect, okay, but judging by what happened earlier with the tore up, it is as well just to be cautious, and I'll measure them up to the actual piece and cut them to size from the actual thing itself. So let's move ahead with that. It also says, it shows us here in the painting of the rifle there, the SA-80, but it doesn't show you anywhere to fit it. Okay, so will I go to the bother of taking them off the sprue, or will I leave them on the sprue, keep them in the old spare parts box for later, for future projects and things? I do not know. I mean, I was even sort of looking at these pictures here of the finished article to see that they haven't mounted anywhere, you know, and I haven't seen them anywhere. Okay, I went on YouTube, not YouTube, was it YouTube or just Googled imaged the model of this, and 1 or 2 people have actually sort of placed them on here, and it just doesn't look right. You know, I wasn't happy with how that looked, so I'm not going to go with them. I'm going to not bother with them, and I'm going to save them for the spare parts box. Okay, so I'm going to get this done, right? Minus the SA-80, and minus the driver's windscreen there. Won't be doing that either. So I'll be just doing the side armour and the front armour, and I'll be attaching the front armour, and like I said, with the side armour I'm only going to put it on with blue tack. All we got left to do then after that is some of the extra little boxes and things. Okay, there they go. They get kind of strategically placed around. Okay, as you see, we've got a couple of the spool reels, jerry cans and things like that, ammo boxes and all that kind of stuff, and they go into the back of that and onto the back of the thing as well. So we get all them done anyway as well. So I'm going to get them done, and I'm going to get all them done as well. Then we'll have a look at it, and we should be ready then at that stage for the painting. So bear with me, I'll get them done, and we'll have a look at it then at that stage. Okay, I said I'd show you this. I know I've done a separate video on it, but this will only take a few seconds, and just, I suppose, saves you watching that video if you haven't seen it, and if you have seen it, a quick recap on the actual how you do it. Okay, what it is, these are the my antenna, or my aerials. We've got the little springy bit, we've got a little bit left over at the bottom, that's for sticking into the hole. Okay, and we've got our aerial itself, right? So what we do is we start off with our piece of brass wound guitar string, cut the size. Okay, cut the two. Well, this one in this case I need two of them, so I cut them both to the same size. They're not the big long, extra long whip ones. If you're making a big extra long one, just make it to whatever length you want it. Okay, so I'm just going to bring the camera up a bit. Oh, come on. Right. Now, what you need for this is you need a pliers and a snips. Okay, so grab your piece at a slight angle. Right, if you grab it straight, all it'll happen, you just pull it along. So just grab it at a slight angle and squeeze. With your snips, up and close the snips down. See what's done? It's slowly opening that. Once you have it open a bit, catch a bit and pull. Okay. Now this is actually where second pliers comes in handy, but I don't have small second pliers. A big huge yoke there somewhere, but this will do just as the same. See how quick it just comes off? But ding, bing, 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 makes lovely noises as well. Right, when we get down to near the end, just be that little bit extra careful. Right, and pull. Now, open it back, but don't. You can cut it at this stage, but just cut it around there. Okay, don't completely cut it off yet. I'll show you why. Right, grab it again at the back and give it a little squeeze and pull, and just get it off the bar itself, right? And squeeze it out. Now, if you hold the bar, this should slide off. Now it's nice and neat. So now you can go in there and you can cut these much neater. Okay, there's one. And there's our second one. Alright. Now, here comes the bit that can get a bit awkward. You've got to rethread that onto it. Once you get it on, hold your bar and twist it back onto it. Okay. Twist it back on. Just hold it in place there. It's just spinning in my hands. Okay, twist it back on. Then bring your pliers. This is where the long nose pliers comes in dead handy. Right, and tighten. Then with your snips or your other pliers, whichever you're using, close it but not fully tight, and then push the two together. Give them a good squeeze together like that. That'll close up the ends, make everything nice and tight. Okay, now you have it at that stage. So get it to where you want it, and what you can do is you can put a little drop of super glue in there, which will help. Okay, then when you get your vehicle with your holes drilled to the diameter of your guitar string, pop them into place. A bit of super glue on the end. They will pop into place. There you go. Two aerials. Okay. Onto that, and you know, I have to fling it over to the other side of the room. But once they're glued down, they've got that nice bit of flexibility to them. Okay, they're not going to break. Unlike if you use a bit of stretched sprue, you know yourself. The slightest bit of touch off them and you're popping them, you're breaking them. If they bend, you're not going to get them straight again. Okay, so there we go. Quick and simple antenna aerials, and they look the biz, if I don't say so myself. So that was just a little hint. Now I'll get on with the rest of this. Now back again with another little tip. Okay, remember we have our cable reels. Don't throw away the wire that you cut off from the back of your guitar string. Okay, I usually do that, and I went up and I ended up chucking it away. And I was just about to chuck this bit away. I said, hang on a second, this might come in very handy. Okay, so I opened it up again. If I hadn't done all this now, this would have been so much flipping easier, wouldn't it? Okay. That's what I get now for being playing with things. But anyway, right, I opened it all up. I think that's what I get now for doing that. And I used a bit of a paintbrush stick, right, held that and pulled the wire. That got all the little kinks out of the wire. Didn't get all of them out, but I didn't want all of them out. Right, then get your little cable reel. Get a small drill bit. Make a little mark, as you know yourself, a little pile of things so that the drill bit won't slip. Drill a little hole, little bit of hole drilling. Alright, you don't have to go all the way through, but you do want to get into the centre. I am after going all the way through, doesn't matter. All the better. Right, now with that cable, I put a dollop of super glue on the ends of one of the bottles. Right, drop the super glue into that. Just give it a few seconds just for it to set. Okay, just get a knife there. Just tidy up that. You can move the other bits of plastic where the drill bit popped out. Right, that's now held in place. But holding that nice and tight, you can wind your cable on to the spool. When you're going painting, make sure you paint your spool cable black, because it's the telephone wire stuff is black. Okay, but because this wire isn't so light and it's not really designed for use as wire, if you know, I mean, it's quite stiff, but when you roll it on to that, it literally keeps its shape. It'll stay wound onto it. Because I tried it earlier with a bit of ordinary thin wire and it kept spinning off, and I said, what I'll do is I'll drill a hole and I'll do this to it. And then when I popped off that bit of wire when I was doing the antenna there, I said to myself, we can use that wire, waste not, want not. And that is absolutely perfect for what I want. And there you go, as you can see, cable wire, cable reel, all nicely wired up. And that's painted. It's definitely cable, can't say it's not cable. And then put it back on. Simple as that. Simple as eating biscuits. And when you're winding it on, it's not going to keep spinning on you because you have it drilled through. So just when you get sort of to the end of it, to show you the last final little bit. Bit of kind of common sense sort of slips into this bit. Put a double of super glue. I use toothpick now to put on the super glue. I don't want to be sticking to it. And a bit of super glue onto a bit of cable there. Get me wire snips. Got that to there. And with the tweezers, grab the wire, push it down into place, just hold it in place there. And ta-da, there's our cable reel, all nicely cabled up. Okay, so another little tip, dead handy, and from the one little bit of just unused or discarded guitar string. I get these off a friend of mine, Dave. He plays guitar, and anytime he changes his strings, because if a string breaks, they tend to after a while they tend to change the whole set anyway. He holds on to the brass wound ones for me. I use them then for aerials. So that one little piece there is after winding that and making an antenna for me as well. So, like I said, I'll continue on with that. If I think of anything else, I'll show you as I go along. So, just might as well just finish off the construction of this little warrior. Okay. Okay, so here we go. We've the construction side of it done. Anyway, we have all the little accessories. A lot of them are just placed on. Okay, like the ammo box here. These side armor pieces here, I just have them held on with a bit of blue tack, just for the video, just to to have a look at it before it's painted. We've got our on the turret. Okay, if we can have a look at that. We've got some water containers, ammo boxes and things, storage boxes. We've got more cable reels. Got ammo boxes up on the top. More water containers. Another ammo box. Some of these big oil canisters or whatever they are. I do not know what they are, but they're going to be green in colour anyway. Okay. Another one of them there. More oil canisters and things in here. We have our aerials fitted, and as you see, I'm after fitting on with a little bit of the spring on it there. If you can kind of zoom in there, around 2 seconds, and we sort of zoom in there on the the bottoms of the aerials there, as you can see. What I was talking about by leaving just a little bit on there, it makes it look like the spring section of the bottom of the antenna. They're all done. We've got the two deck chairs. Okay, they brought chairs with them, which is cool. We've got the spare wheel there in the front. I'm after fitting the wing mirrors. They're not as fiddly. Well, not so fiddly, but they're not as delicate. They are delicate, but they're not as delicate as I thought, as usual ones. They're actually kind of quite sturdy. They should be okay. Hopefully I won't break them off like I usually do. But my next step now for this is to sort of start breaking it down again. And like I said, I mean, a lot of the stowage is just placed on. Okay. And if I bring that back a bit there again, I'll get zoom back out again. Back out zoom. I can remove these side panels here. I just have them held on with a bit of blue tack. Okay. Just like I said, just for the video, just to show what they're like in place. Now, another thing that I noticed within the kit, it comes with, I should have had it prepared earlier, but typical me, I didn't. It comes with these, okay, these sections here. So if you didn't want to have the big add-on armor parts, you could go ahead with just the ordinary sort of the ordinary side skirts on it. So you have a choice, which is nice. Okay, you can go for just those ones, or you can go for the big armor pieces. I'm going to go for the add-on armor. I'm going to make the kit literally as it tells me out of the box, and go for this version here. But if you were going for, say, one of the home versions, one of the versions where they didn't have all the extra armor on and stuff, you can quite easily make that as well. So it gives you the parts for it, which is grand, which is nice. Even though it doesn't show up anywhere in the instructions to use these, I spotted them. And if you want to do the version where it's just plain, shall we say, without the extra armor and things, a bit of more blue tech, you can do that. So that's it for this video. That's it for the construction phase of the kit, the 1/35th scale Warrior from Academy. And next step is get it all painted. Okay, so I'm going to get that broken down, get the wheels off, get the tracks off, remove all the extra stuff here that isn't glued into the turret, pop off the turret, and basically get it ready for painting. Okay, first of all we're going to paint it black, and then highlight some of the panels. That's going to be done. So that's our pre-shading done. Then give it the dark yellow, desert yellow colour. Do the bit of the detail painting that needs to be done to it. Any bits of weathering and things like that. A few decals. There isn't very many decals, but there is a few. We get the decals on, and then give it its final finish. So, like I said, that'll be all in the next video. So that's it for this one. Thanks for staying tuned to the channel for the updates. Hope you found them informative or even entertaining. I try to be entertaining as well as informative. A bit of both. It doesn't go astray, you know. And hopefully you've got a few hints and tips. Okay, if you want to, if you're thinking of getting this kit yourself, hopefully it'll give you a nice idea of what's available, what's in the kit and things like that, and what you can do with it. Okay, so I'll see you on the next one, lads. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you've not already subscribed, and if you have, thank you very much. I do appreciate it, I really do. Don't forget to join me on Monday, myself and Abs for the Bum. Every Monday we do our bench update Monday, and stay tuned to the channel for future updates on this and any other kits that I'm about to do. And don't forget, there's quite a library there of videos that I'm after doing already, so you can go back and check out some of them as well. So that's it for now, lads. I'll catch you in the next one. Stay safe, but in the meantime, go out and buy yourself a kit, build it and enjoy it. This is John signing off and saying I'll see you on the next one, lads. Stay safe.